put the bottles on the table and say, okay, I know I need to approach this way. I need to make sure I validate George here, Susan there, and Kurt there. Try that exercise because you pull yourself out and you look objectively. Because if you were counseling you, I've done this with myself many times. If I was counseling myself or coaching myself, what would my advice be? Take your emotions out of it. What would your advice be? And probably at times like, Greg, you're being too, well, there's your answer. Then the exact diagonal opposite of that, start learning and imitating and actually getting sentences in your mind. Role play conversation in your mind where it says, when they say this, the S temperament, the I temperament, whatever temperament would respond this way in order to make sure they feel validated. That's going to be the key. So situational awareness, both with the individual and the group. What are the goals? And then number 3 is the self-management, either, again, pulling yourself back or pulling yourself out. Now, the reason why there's not an arrow on relationship management, now, if you want to know as far as the skills to influence another human being, that's why that one is separate. In my book, I have a ton of communication skills because the best class I ever took was, it was called, basically it was called consulting, but it was actually called interviewing skills or counseling, speaking, like use restatements, questions, and you can guide every session. It was so equipping, but it wasn't manipulative because there was a win-win, like especially as a counselor. The skills that are needed, interpersonal skills, communication skills, learn, it's a skill set. So it doesn't matter who you are. That's why EI is a skill. There are some people who haven't learned the skill, right? Like Michael Scott from The Office, bless his heart, right? Didn't learn the skill. But there's other people who didn't learn the skill either, okay? Angela didn't learn the skill, okay? So in these aspects, that's what makes sitcoms so funny. Sitcoms, you look back, is everybody's temperament is taken to an extreme. It's the situation, but it's everybody's response to the situation in their temperament that makes it funny. So hopefully I just didn't kill sitcoms for you. Well, now that I framed Frank and Marie Barone that way, right, and from Everybody Loves Raymond, right? So that's the relationship management. It's just learning skills in communication. That's where the actual leadership, how to influence other people. But it has to begin at the core, okay? All right, we have a couple minutes left. So any questions as far as, I know it's a lot of them. We're going to get into leadership next. And I can actually, if I got a few minutes left, begin then. But any questions on this? I know it's a lot of information, a lot of babble. So best thing is, and we'll get into it next session too, is I have the situation, and then we can kind of coach through it. Yes, sir.
I agree with everything you said. I think a lot of us has been exposed to this in the past. What would your suggestion be on how to master it?
How to what?
How to master these skills.
What beyond that? So let's say,
We're talking about a lot of skills that we should have to be better than that.
Yes.
I agree with you 100%.
Yes.
And these